The need for food and support is a never-ending concern. We are grateful that we have an organization like Tabitha's Way in our community. Welcome Wendy Osborne to the table.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you, ladies.
You're one of our regulars.
I know,
Yes.
but I feel like it's been a minute,
It has been.
hasn't it? Since we've seen you?
A little bit, but I'm so
Maybe.
grateful. It always just feels like home when I get to come hang out with you
good.
ladies. So you guys are always so awesome.
Yeah.
We need a little Wendy today. Tell us what good things we as a community have been doing. What was the last little drive or something you guys have been up to?
Well, you know, it was, I can't even call it a little drive. You said little drive. I'm like, well, actually.
Big drive.
It was a big drive.
So recently we had the Feed Utah food drive. So it's a statewide food drive. And Tabitha's Way participated as one of the organizations locally to receive those food donations. And so we reached out to the community several weeks before and just let them know our warehouses were actually bare. It was getting really scary. And you know, the number of people that we're serving continues to rise. This past week we served 415 families again. And so it's just, you know, it's just a lot. And so we reached out to the community and we just said, hey, our warehouse is really low. We know this food drive's coming up. Would you consider donating your food to Tabitha's Way? And I will be very honest, I was praying. I was praying because I was very concerned and worried about, you know, what we were going to do. And the community responded in such, I'm going to just cry. I'm going to cry. It's such a wonderful way. Like trucks were rolling in with food. So we had 3 locations for food drop-offs. We had one at Macy's in Santaquin, Macy's in Spanish Fork, and then at our pantry here in Spanish Fork. And the food just came in, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Bigger than any of your food drives?
Yes, actually, this is a record. We received 98 million numbers, 98,026 pounds. That is the most.
Wow.
And our goal was we had hoped to raise 100,000, which that's extremely close. Like, that's more than we've ever gotten. Like, it was huge. And food was coming in so fast, and volunteers we worked our poor little volunteers.
I know. I remember seeing the post. I was telling you. It just said, "Do you have 30 minutes?" And it just showed like bags of food just everywhere.
Yep. And people responded. They just came out and just started helping. You know, gather the bags and put them into the containers and sort the food.
Yeah. I'm sure that's a huge job. Part of it.
It is. So part of it is like receiving the food, but then also making sure, like, you know, you don't want a bag of rice or a box of cereal in with cans because it kind of smushes them, and you want it to stay presentable and the food integrity you want to make sure. And and then glass, of course. So we love our jars of marinara, but we don't want it in with the cans. And so we have our volunteers helping just sort all the food as we're receiving it, and food was coming in so fast and so quickly. But you know, at the end of the day, we just surveyed the land of all of the containers full of food, and as we were putting into our warehouse, just grateful, you know, and it's quite an operation. We partner with Utah Food Bank and the Church of Jesus Christ and Just Serve, and just everyone in the community is involved to participate, really. And so they start by putting flyers on all of the doors and asking people to prepare and to donate food on this day, and that somebody will come by and pick it up. And then there's groups of kids that go out and just pick up all the food and put it into trucks, and then those trucks roll up and bring us the food. And so
that's incredible.
So are you the only distribution center that received the food, like to give it out?
No. Actually, Community Action in Provo was another location that received food. So Utah Food Bank coordinates with all the food pantries in the state to coordinate that. And so it's a statewide effort.
I did not know how that worked.
How many pantries are in Utah Valley? Overall?
Utah Valley, there's not as many. So there's actually just Community Action Provo and Tabitha's Way are three locations now.
They just opened their third.
So cool.
So they're in Utah County per se. There are probably also, I should mention, there's probably smaller church congregation pantries and things like that. But as far as full-time food pantries, there's just the 4 of us here in Utah County. But statewide, it's a lot to coordinate, and so we're very grateful for the Utah Food Bank and for their partnership in putting things together, but then very grateful to our community because it was a lot of work. I mean, the preparation and the time that it took to put this whole thing together, and then for the response that we received was just, it was just a love offering. It was really sweet. I don't know how else to put it.
So the warehouse looks pretty stocked right now.
Yes, it does.
And how long would that last?
So great question, because what we're doing right now is in the process of all the food that we receive, we have to actually go through and sort the food according to categories. And so, for example, prior to the drive, we had quite a bit of vegetables, which is a common thing. We'll get lots of vegetables. But to provide food for people, you really need to make sure that all of the nutritional needs are met. So providing canned meats, fruit, dry packaged goods, rice, beans, cereal, and then also vegetables. And so so we're going through that process of sorting all of the food, and then we'll know what we have in each category. Because I had somebody ask the question, because like, well, why does Tabitha's Way have ongoing food drives? Why are you going to continue to ask for food drives after this large drive? And the answer to that is to really provide a nutritional balance to individuals when you need a variety of food. So I remember there's at one point where we had like 6 pallets of green beans. We're like, okay, I'm gonna start charging people for their green beans. If you give me I will take your can of green beans with $5 only. No, just kidding.
A can of chicken and your green beans.
That's right, there you go. I need both. So it really kind of just depends. But so we'll still have ongoing drives. I think that this will last us for probably 3 to 4 months, depending on how much we get of each category. But we will continue to ask for food drives, just because we have ongoing needs.
And people are never going to stop eating. There's always going to be a need.
And that makes so much sense. You don't know what really you're going to get. So you could get gobs of this type, but you need that.
So your ongoing drives would be very specific and targeted, like we need meat and peanut butter or beans.
That's exactly it. So we do targeted food drives, and individuals can go to our website and click on volunteer how to help and click on host a food drive, and there's a list of things that we need, and we usually go to organizations and say, or if a business wants to do a food drive. Summit Spa just did a food drive, and they said, well, what do you need that you're not going to get from this big food drive? And I said, flour and sugar. And the reason is we don't ask for that because it will get smashed with flour.
With everything.
I was like, so if you want to bring flour and sugar, that would be great. So
Wendy, before our time is going to fly by, what are other needs? So you just had this big food drive, you're restocked. What are some other needs that your pantry is looking for?
So we know that summer's coming up. We hope summer's coming up. We think summer's coming up. We suspect. So during the summer months, we usually see volunteers drop just because families are going on vacation, their kids are home. And so we'll need volunteers during the summer. That'll be a huge help for us as well. And then our organization is growing. We are currently preparing to build a larger food pantry for Tabitha's Way, and there'll be more information coming about that. But
so a new location.
New larger location coming soon. But financial donations are always appreciated. Our cost is approximately 20 cents per meal. You can't go to McDonald's and get a good meal for 20 cents.
We were talking about that earlier. You really just can't.
So you can't even get a cup
what
of
I
coffee.
do, what my husband and I, is donate monthly, and it just comes automatically.
Yes, thank you.
No, I'm just saying it makes it easy. So how can our viewers, if they want to or able to,
Yes, so those who are able to and would like to, we encourage you to go to tabithasway.org and click on Spanish Fork or the South Pantry, which is the closest pantry here in our community. And then you can click the donate page and donate that way. Or you can find us on Venmo. It's just Tabitha's Way South on Venmo. And
you can make a one-time donation if that works, or a monthly donation.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such a blessing. That helps us keep our pantry doors open and make sure that everybody has the food that they need. So,
are there any other events that are coming up in the near future? I know you always do the backpack event. Is there anything in the summertime?
Our next event will be the backpack event. So it'll just pretty much be pantry as usual up through until the summertime, which for the backpack event, which is fun.
And because there are more kids home in the summer, are there different items that they're needed more, I guess, in the summertime?
It's kind of funny. We always seem to get a lot of the snacks and the bakery foods. It's usually a variety.
Okay.
Fresh produce is a
Okay.
huge need for us. So if you have a garden, if you have an apple tree, if you planted 1-2 tomato trees, like my sister-in-law does every year.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That you guys would have fresh.
Yeah,
as
fresh
well.
produce is what we really need for. I mean, 50% or more of the population we serve are children. And so, and unfortunately, a lot of the summer feeding programs have dipped since COVID.
Okay,
So,
yes, that's
yeah. So we
So
don't
remind
want
us
that.
again how
particular,
people
yes.
can come and get food if they do need it.
Yeah, so really, you can call our main number, which is 801-709-8573, and our receptionist will help you schedule a reservation and help you get in. Or if you don't have time to do that and you want to just drop by our food pantry, they can drop on by and we'll help them. So,
Wendy, thanks
Just
for being in our
Thank you so
community.
much.
Yeah.
thank
You're
you.
awesome.
And
Dear
thank you
woman.
again to Spanish Fork and to everyone that participated in this last year's drive. It was amazing, and God bless you all. We're so grateful.
God
so very
bless you.
grateful.
Yeah,
We love you.
ditto. Love you.
Super happy.
Thank you.